should be live. Welcome everybody to another live stream. Not repair this time though. Instead, we don't actually have any today to work on, but I do have a stack of logic boards from first gen HomePods. And, well, they used to be organized between ones with issues and ones that work. And I spilled them. So now we have to go through all of them again and figure out which ones work, which ones don't. Yay! So, I'm home alone. The wife's at the mall with the kid. So, I figured why not burn a little bit of time and knock this out. I've been putting this off for weeks. So, let's, I already got this one. This one is tested. I checked this one earlier. It's not only working fine, it's on it's on OS 13.4, which, not the oldest that I've seen. I've got one floating around here somewhere that was on iOS 11. Or OS 11, I should say. Anyways, we'll put that into our good pile over here. And we will take all these out. Yes. I'm gonna need a display as well. And a cable for that display. Because not all of these have a cable. Somebody sneeze. It's not coming. I felt the sneeze coming, but it's gone. Okay. So yeah, we're just gonna hang out. This will probably be a fairly short stream, but I figured why not stream doing this, and if anybody has anything they want to bring up or ask or talk about, we've got the time. So I've already got an amplifier here that we can use and a power supply to actually test these. And all we're gonna do for now is check that they power on. That's weird. Check that they power on, that they show the setup prompt, and then if they show the setup prompt or not, we'll put them in a working or non-working bin, and then we'll go again through the the ones that we think are working and make sure that they actually go through the setup process and play music and whatever. So, let's get our amp put together. Oh, and I'll post in the Discord server too. Let those nerds know we're hanging out here. Hey, Nighthawk, welcome to the stream. Oh, 15 updates for Discord? Are you kidding me? Alright, so I already know this one works. I remember testing this one. This is on OS 14.4 and it showed up as a white HomePod. I remember checking that. So that one will just pop in there. This one I have on here, it says Boot Loops written on it. But there's a sizable dent on the shield there, and I don't remember taking a look at that. So let's just pop this off. Where's that dent? Yeah, I don't see nothing. Looks fine. Alright, well let's double check and see if this is actually boot looping or if maybe it works. Oh, hey, Discord is up. We can post there now. Okay, first board up. What do we got? So it's turning on. Yeah, I don't know how those dents happen. We see them on the shields. We see them underneath the display too sometimes. Like on this side. I'm not sure where those come from. Obviously, it's got to come from when they're putting them together, but kind of funny that they would dent them up and then say, "Ah, screw it, we'll put it in. No one will see it." It's thinking. It's really thinking. I was expecting this to boot loop sooner than this. Yeah, well. What is it doing? If it was the blinking volume buttons, it only takes 60 seconds for that to show up, so this isn't even boot looping. This is just like booting perpetually. Hello, Tim. Welcome to the stream. Where is my Sharpie? I do not like these games. I thought I had a Sharpie in here. That thing's still looping? Who's this? Who's at my front door?
I live in the neighborhood. You look very familiar.
Yeah.
Have you heard of, so I'm one of the ones putting up the green signs. Would you care to help us by letting us put a sign in your yard? Is that okay? Oh my gosh. So my name's Hope and my friend Kate makes the signs and I put them up. I'm not making any money. I literally live in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Just put one in Patrick's yard. And we're trying to get visibility for the issue. And then a neighbor donated a website so you can click and sign a petition there to say, please
I
don't
think
destroy our.
came out with printout and he was visiting some big meeting and all that.
Anyway, so can I get your first name? Is that okay?
Yeah. And I see.
And your address?
One by actually
don't want to bother you. Thank you for answering. Oh, please fix it.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, hey. What? Oh, did it boot? Hello? Oh, it's boot looping. That took a long time. So I'm tempted to set up a second row of HomePods on the dbrick stream with ones like this that just boot loop forever. Not the blinking volume buttons ones, but the ones that boot loop like this forever. Maybe just leave them on forever, and maybe something different will happen to them. Interesting. Who's your fiber provider? I have Quantum Fiber, who is technically just CenturyLink. Okay, so that one boot loops. That one will save. This one I have written fixed on it with the blinking volume buttons. So let's check this one. Is it still bricked, or is it what did it get fixed? What's going on? That was so sad when I dropped this entire pile of boards on the floor. And what's great is I had just finished sorting them. I had just finished doing the exact same thing we're doing here, which is plugging each one of them in and testing them and seeing which ones work or not. I'm gonna go ahead and factory reset this if it's working. Why don't you use solder paste when replacing the diode? Oh, it was already reset. I don't like using solder paste in general doing board repairs because I find quite often the solder paste likes to obviously flow around the board and potentially cause a lot more problems than you originally had on your hands there. It's I don't know. Maybe if you're better at it, then it's the right thing for you. But for me personally, I find it's more work and cleanup than it's worth more often than not for solder paste. Can you do the Gen 1 HomePod in a stereo pair? I don't actually understand. I don't think I know what your question is. Let's see what this pod is up to. We've got a black one, and I can't actually tell what version it's on without setting it up, so. But we've got its serial number, its model number, Wi-Fi address, so it appears to be working. So, not too bad so far. I've got 3 working ones. Well, what we think are working ones. I won't use these until I actually set them up and test them for an extended period of time. There's one I've got floating around, and here we go. Demo. So, I remember checking this one. And as soon as I turned it on, it started talking to me and playing music. And not like somebody was telling it to do something, but like it was in like a store demo mode. So I'm actually gonna screw a tweeter on here so we can hear what's going on more than just the, oh, sorry about that, folks, more than just the bass. All right, come on. Oh, yeah, of course you can stereo pair first gen HomePods together. They have to be the first gen to first gen, but like George said, absolutely. If I'm not mistaken, HomePod stereo pairing was maybe one of the first like wireless speakers that you could buy where you could pair them together and then have like a left and a right channel. I'm probably mistaken, but it at the very least, and this is the theme with a lot of things Apple does, they may not have been the first, but they were definitely, I say this lightly, one of the, they throw some of the best punches when they throw them. And they do them well. Usually. Big asterisks, caveats there. So I'm interested to see what this does. When I tried this, I didn't have a tweeter on it. I only heard the bass speaker going, so I couldn't hear what she was doing. Oh yeah, you can pair HomePod minis together too. I've got a pair of HomePod minis at my office.
Hi, I'm Siri. Let's take this HomePod for a spin.
I've never heard her say that before. I've never seen this behavior before.
HomePod tunes itself to the room, so your music sounds great no matter where you put it. You can play almost any song and artist with Apple Music, and I can DJ for you. Pick a decade, mood, or just say something like, "Hey Siri, play chill music for a dinner party."
That triggered the HomePods in my room. The HomePod saying her own name triggered the HomePod in on the other side of the room. That's funny.
As your personal musicologist, I can tell you when a song came out or who's in the band. I can also help with things like weather, news.
Oh,
As your personal musicologist,
see, and I tapped
when
it,
a song came
and
out
it just
or who's in the
she
band.
continues
I can
talking.
also help with things like weather, news. As your personal musicologist, I can tell you when a song came out or who's in the band. I can also help with things like weather, news, and messages. I can even work with your smart home to turn on the lights or warm up the room. Thanks for checking out HomePod. I can't wait for us to make beautiful music together.
And then it seems to loop, I'm guessing. Or maybe it's done. That's it. That's all you get?
Hi, I'm Siri.
No.
Let's take this HomePod for a spin.
And then it starts over again. Interesting. Okay. I'm not gonna factory reset that because I want to keep it the way it is. But George's guess is most likely correct. This must have come from a store or something, or maybe someone somehow, maybe like Apple Configurator or something allows you to put this into demo mode and do that. We're gonna keep that one separate as well. Let's find one that doesn't have anything on it. Complete mystery. Oh, and if you're curious where I got all of these Logic boards from, majority of them, if not all of these here, came from broken HomePods that I've bought from eBay. That I've broken down, usually for parts for like the subwoofer, the amplifier board, power supply, mesh, top coat, pretty much everything. And as you can tell, more often than not, the cheaper parts HomePods are the ones with the bricked Logic boards. So I've got plenty of those. Now I do get a couple good deals on ones with working logic boards. Those are typically ones that don't power on at all, but alright, enough blabbering. What's going on with this one? It appears to be factory reset because it's already showing the animation without me interacting with it. I need to find a Sharpie. Hey, it works. Neat. Okay. Ow. Does it show the setup prompt? Yes, it does. We get our serial model and Wi-Fi address. That one looking pretty good. You're excused. Up next, let's see. Yeah, this one. This one I remember breaking. That one's for parts. Boot loop with blinking volume buttons. NS. NS for no sound. So let's see if this one has sound. Because I had a test amp that I was using that ended up actually being the source of the sound issues, not the logic board, and it did end up making me think I had a few broken logic boards. Yeah, that's no sound. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna take that display cable. It's interesting. I have no idea what causes that. We've got a few like this, I believe. No sound, no sound. Here's another blank one. We have no idea what's wrong with it. Hey Martin, welcome to the chat. I've just got a bunch of HomePod logic boards that I've hoarded over the past year of buying broken HomePods for parts, and I had them all organized between ones that worked and one that didn't, and then I spilled them, and they all mixed up. So we're doing it again here. So don't have anything to fix today, so I figured why not do this on stream and hang out with you guys and let you bother me so without worrying about me messing up a repair. Looks like that one's powering up. Very nice. Sounds like it works just fine. It's in setup mode. Let's check our info here. We get the setup prompt. I'm not getting any info. There we go. Serial number, model, and Wi-Fi address are showing up, so that's good. Looks like we might have another winner. Let's grab this one. This one has check marks on it, meaning it works. Even though it's missing shields, we'll steal the shields from one of these that boot loops. If this is fine. Okay. Looks to be factory reset already. No mod, no Wi-Fi add. No mod, no Wi-Fi add. What does that mean? I don't understand what my own words mean. Does this work?
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Oh. Well, let's get that factory reset. Did you ever have one on your bench that makes noise that sounds like a badly tuned radio? Like no bass, yeah. But that's never the logic board, that's an amp issue. If the logic board,
Reset. Keep
I'll
pressing
wait.
until you hear 3 beeps.
I'll put it this way. I don't know if you were asking about the logic board in particular or HomePods in general, but if it's producing sound at all, it's not an issue with the logic board. The logic board is sending a digital audio signal to the amplifier. So the ones and zeros are either getting to the amp or they're not. That said, you could have a plethora of different sound issues with your amplifier. If it sounds like an old-timey radio, a lot of people also say that it sounds like a tin can, but that's just no bass. You've got no bass, the bass speaker isn't working, and you've only got the mids and tweeters at the bottom working. And that could be an issue with the amp. That could be a blown subwoofer because of an issue with the amp. At the end of the day, it all 99.99% of the time stems from an issue with the amplifier. I've got another logic board just chilling over here on the side. Good grief. That one's got a Wi-Fi with a question mark on it. Okay, so that's factory reset. Do we get the setup prompt? It's a black one. We get serial model and Wi-Fi address. All right. Does it make a popping sound too when it turns on and off? Because if it's making noise, if it's not playing any music, then that's probably like bad filters starting to go bad. All right, we're gonna steal this shield here from this busted logic board. Nice. Let's get the other side. Just bend those little tabs on the side back into place, and there you go. A tutorial on how to reboot bricked HomePods. That's not a bad idea. Oh, I found 2 more logic boards. Great. I'll add those to the pile. So this one's working. And this one, we'll stack those up over there. Or actually, we'll just pop those all into there. All right, which one next? We've got all of these. This one says boot loops. No setup. Boot loop. A blank one. Oh, I've got blinking volume buttons scratched into that one. Blinking. Wi-Fi. This one, I remember that guy. Alright, I want to look at this one. No mod, no Wi-Fi add. I don't remember what I meant by that. It used to, but I already changed the caps. So you're saying it doesn't anymore? Oh, maybe you saying it used to pop. Yeah, you'll have to make a recording and show me. Because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what a noise. Noise is a very general term. Alright, so it's booting up. Anyways, Chris, so I'll probably make a video on how I do that, but the gist is basically you set up Homebridge on some server that you run at your home or whatever you want to do, however you want to run it, like on a Raspberry Pi. Set up a Homebridge, and there's a plugin for Homebridge called like Smart Away or Away Mode or something like that. And what it does, and yeah, okay, no, this is worth making a video on because it was pretty awkward how I managed to do this, but I had to create a specific room in my home called Brick Room, and then it creates a switch in an outlet, and then it triggers motion detection and turns the outlet on and off based on the motion detection that's randomly triggered. Not, it's actually kind of awkward and complicated, but I'll make a video on it. Well, does this thing, what's this thing do? We get the setup prompt. Oh, interesting. So yeah, we've got a serial number, but we don't have a model or Wi-Fi address. So what that tells me is maybe this has a Bluetooth issue. The fact that it shows the setup prompt when we bring the phone near means that the Bluetooth is probably working, but the lack of a Wi-Fi address means that maybe our Wi-Fi chip on here is dead, if not something affecting our Wi-Fi on here. So no mod, no model. No model, no Wi-Fi address. Interesting. Which one? Which one? Eeny, miny, miny, this one. Maybe one of the connectors has a broken pin. Connectors for what? Exactly. See, the problem is by the time you send me your chat message, I'm, 2 to 5 minutes ahead, and I've already forgotten what it is that you're talking about. You're probably typing up something that you're seeing on the stream when in reality, what you're seeing and typing up on the, and responding to is long in my past. Oh, there it goes. It's boot looping. Okay. There is no... It's not the connector on the board because the Wi-Fi is on the logic board. The logic board isn't connecting to the amplifier for Wi-Fi. That's all on board. So all this needs is power in order for it to show that setup prompt and have working Wi-Fi and connect to your phone. So broken connectors, I don't see anything. It looks to be in mint shape there. Let's try something here. We'll try a different display cable because display cables have definitely caused wacky issues, and that one actually kind of looks gross. That one looks kind of damaged. No, it's fine. Shit. Okay. Let's grab this one. Blinking volume buttons? Nobody knows. The connector to connect the logic port to the display. Yeah, it looks good too. We'll try a different cable. I'll try that. But again, the display doesn't have the display doesn't have any radios in it. It wouldn't be impossible. Like, I should just shut up and try it, yeah? Watch it work. Yeah, I'll try reflowing the Wi-Fi module on it at some point. There's a whole bunch of small components all around it that could that we can poke and measure before we go haywire trying to reflow chips. Oh, I'm stupid. I didn't even bother checking to see if this worked. This one doesn't even show the setup prompt. And I've actually tried replacing the Wi-Fi Bluetooth chip on there. The wireless radio has been replaced, and it still does the same thing. I remember that. Yep, that's parts. Well, did this with a different cable change anything? Hello? Nah, same thing. Let's see if it lets us set up. And it wants to update. Interesting. Maybe this works just fine and it's not going to give me the model number and serial number yet. It's going, it's going. It's thinking. Oh, it wants my password. I think I remember this. I remember trying this one before and it just keeps asking for my password. Yeah, setup failed. 301014. What's that mean? 301014. Reddit says, and this is why I don't believe them. Oh. Yeah, people say it's something about your router, and it's not, because we just had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other logic boards not do that. Yeah, it's gotta be some software issue that can't be resolved with a reset, or a hardware issue. Okay. Any other Google results here that we can find? What's this Apple community post? I've already been through all of this, but I'm just refreshing myself here. Yeah, see, that's funny. Everybody continues to make suggestions about Apple account issues. What if we, like, try to reset this before it finishes booting up the setup? Let's just, like, reset the reset. How long can it take until my HomePod is unbricked? Well, you're asking the wrong question. How long can it take?
HomePod is about to reset.
It can literally take forever. It could take 10 seconds. It could take 10 years. If you look at the video description of the dBreak live stream, it says that it gives you the start date when we started doing this and how many have been debreaked since then. So you can probably do the math. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm confusing it. When iPhones lose that info, the main IC somehow lost its contact with the RFIC. So if it's not a connector thing, it's probably something to do with the board or an IC is loose. That is a sound theory. I totally agree with it. If it's not what you said, it's got to be some other component that's shorting out and causing issues with the main IC communicating with the RFIC, like you said. But given that the radio and the main chip are both on the same physical board, that takes connectors and cables out of the question. Sorry, my wife is asking me for some info here, so I got to provide that to her. Okay. Did this actually reset the reset? And did anything change? Nope. No model, no Wi-Fi address still. Interesting. Alright, well, we're going to take that cable. We'll pop this into our Arduino pile. Let's grab this one that we don't know about. It's got blinking volume buttons on it, but it also has question marks on it. What is wrong? What is wrong with you? Do you work or do you not? Do you work and then stop working? That's why we're not trusting any of these ones that appear to work, because we need to actually set them up, play music through them for at least a few hours, and then leave them overnight to make sure that they still work the next day. Wow, all right. You're seeing this? You see what? The animation like broke. It like stopped. Hello? See, that's what it's supposed to do. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Okay, so we've got serial model and Wi-Fi. Nice. This one seems to work. Alright, let's grab this one that's got blinking volume buttons on it. This was in a HomePod for somebody that I had fixed and colored up for them. And Unfortunately, shortly after them getting their HomePod back, they ended up with blinking volume buttons. But it was a special exception. Normally, of course, if your HomePod gets fixed by me, I don't cover it getting bricked by blinking volume buttons as part of my warranty that I give for repairs. 2 reasons. 1, repairs have nothing to do with it. And 2, there's no way to fix it. So even if I wanted to do something about it, it would kill me if I did, for everybody that needed it. But this guy was a special exception. He had waited around for at least like a week and a half, 2 weeks for the color of his dye that he wanted to show up for me to even color his HomePod. And then it ended up taking like an extra week to fix the thing anyways. So I felt bad for the guy. He already paid extra for the repair and getting it colored up, and then waiting so long just to have it brick itself. You know, I sucked it up and I swapped his logic board out. But this is their old one. So the strange thing with it is it would work for a minute or so, and then it would brick itself. And then if you power cycled it, it would work again for a minute and then brick itself. So I'm curious if it's going to work again for us right off the bat, or if it's just going to be immediately dead. How much for the working ones? We'll have to see how many working ones we actually have, because we don't know how many of these that appear to work actually do work. Because like I said, these may show the setup prompt and allow us to set them up now, but an hour, 2 hours, a day from now, they may stop working again. But it really depends on how many working ones I have. Because I need to have a comfortable amount of them set aside for in case I do need them. If I break somebody's logic board doing a repair for their HomePod, I need to have that part on hand to replace that for them. I'm not gonna make them pay for my mistakes. That'd be fucked up. That looks bricked. It should have booted by now. Oh no. There it goes. Yep, it's straight bricked. I'm gonna steal that cable. So the next one, let's grab this one that just has Wi-Fi with a question mark on it. Well, and then it's like, what's a fair price for me to charge for these? Because I paid, back when I got the majority of these, I paid out the ass for parts. For parts pods, upwards of like $100 to $150 per HomePod for parts. It got rough for a little while there. And then let's say I only sell the subwoofers for $20. I don't sell any parts, actually. That's the problem. I don't sell any parts because I lose money unless I price them outrageously. There's only room for me to make money if I replace, or if the part that I'm selling is replaced with a broken one that I can at least use for more parts, or I can fix up and put back into the cycle. So like I charge $20 for a replacement subwoofer, and that's not even something I can repair. I charge $30 to $40 for an amp board exchange, and then $20 for the power supply, $10 for the display, and you know, add all that up, there's still losing money. So, and then I run out of parts, and then I can't fix people's stuff, and then I can't fix my own stuff. Okay. We get the setup prompt. We've got serial model and Wi-Fi address. Interesting. We'll put that in the potentially good pile and find out later what's really wrong with it. Let's see, we've got this boot looping one, this blinking volume buttons, this blinking volume buttons, this boot loop with blinking volume buttons, this boot loop, blink, blinkies and blinkies. Let's grab this one, this boot looper. What's really like frustrating to me is right before I got into the HomePod repairs and offering it as a service, there was this website that was selling straight up HomePod parts. You could buy like working logic boards for like 20 to 40 bucks, subwoofers 20 to 40 bucks. Majority of the major parts you could buy just as individual parts from this website, and they have long, for at least a year and a half now, been out of stock. It works.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
What's this one? It says boot loops. This says it boot loops. What's the deal?
I'm having trouble.
Let's see if we can factory reset it. Oh, you know what? I wonder if this one was in the middle of a software Okay, this is a wild speculation. So somebody's HomePod probably lost its power during a software update.
HomePod is about to reset.
I'll wait.
Keep pressing until you hear 3 beeps.
Somebody saw HomePod probably lost its power during a software update. And then when we got our hands on it, we just broke the thing down for parts and put the logic board to the side. So when I went to go plug it in and test it last time I was doing this, and I saw it turn on and then off and on and off and on again, I must have not waited very long and only seen it reboot once or twice, and most likely it was rebooting to continue applying some sort of software update, or to finish the software update that it was doing before it was so rudely interrupted by its own hardware failure. So that's my best guess. Maybe this one will be the same as well as this one, but I'm not being optimistic. We've got another one right here with boot loops. Nighthawk is spot on. You are, in most cases, better off buying a broken HomePod for parts with a most likely repairable issue. And that's going to be ones with bass issues, death farts, no power. Those ones are almost always going to be a grand slam, good working logic board if you don't just repair the thing by itself. Oh, would you look at that? And now it's blinking. But it said it was boot looping. This is very confusing. If I power cycle it, is it going to forget that I reset it? And just boot back up to... No, see, it's showing the animation, so it took the reset. If you can't tell, a lot of this is very informal. I'm not even saying a lot of things that make sense. I'm more just thinking out loud than I am trying to teach anybody anything. There's not really a whole lot to learn here. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go to blinking volume buttons again, I can tell. It's been too long. Yeah. Dang. Nothing's too warm either. I'm gonna take that cable. Huh. Well, let's grab another one that boot loops. That's funny. Let's see. Who said Myron at the beginning of the stream? Oh yeah, George. I just now understood why you said Myron sent in 20 no power HomePods, because I still have their name up on the screen there. We're not fixing Myron's HomePod. We're not fixing anything today. We're just dicking around. Alright. Let's see what it does. A lot of boot looping and blinking ones out there. Ooh, did you see that? See, these will be the fun ones to leave on 24/7. What about this one? This one also says it boot loops. I was looking away. Did it boot loop on me? Excuse me. You're just gonna do the loop-de-loop, huh? Come on. Do something. Okay. Another looper. Let's grab the last one that we've got here that says it boot loops. I remember this one. This was the first logic board I had that boot looped. I took the shields off and started poking around and gave up on it. Okay, you guys keep an eye on this one. I will be right back. Alright, we are back. Is this thing still going? Yeah, it's still looping. It's still looping. Okay. Do you still have Craigslist in America? Oh yeah, we do. I think it's decreasing in popularity, but it's still here. But I rarely see... Yeah, it's just not as popular anymore. I don't see nearly as many results on Craigslist. I've got search alerts set up on Craigslist for HomePods, and I don't think I've been pinged by one in at least a year. I think I've seen maybe one crop up right before that, like more than a year ago. Guy was selling 2 of them, I think, for like $500. Oh, yes, so if it works. I was going to say, if it takes longer than 60 seconds for them to boot, once it hits that 60 seconds, it'll hit the blinking volume buttons. So nice. We'll have to test this one along with the others. What about this one? I've got fixed written on it. This might have been one of the ones that came from the Debrick stream, so we'll see if it's still working now. Alright, another one, probably fine, but we'll check it, of course, before we call it definitively. We got 2 more, and then that'll be it for this stream. Because the wife, I believe, will be heading back soon. And that makes great timing. What's this one got for us? Yeah, I know I didn't check it. I don't really care. I'll find out when I go to actually try it if it's working or not. All right. No sound. Huh. I'm going to take that cable. Last one. I'm gonna look around my room really quick to make sure I'm not missing any more, because it feels like every time I look I find another 2. But I think that's actually all of them. Yeah. Uh-huh. Siri was not turned off on that one, but you know what? I'll try. I'll check for you. But that was definitely not. If Siri was turned off, she would not animate.
I found some web results.
Shut up.
I can show them if you ask again.
I didn't ask you the first time. Also, you can see how the lights kind of pulse along with the syllables of Siri saying, "I'm having Wi-Fi issues, please check the home app." You can kind of see how she pulses to that, and when there's no sound, when the lights are kind of like pulsing to what would be the voice playing along with it. Well, fuck me. Never mind. Where's the other ones with no sound? I'm gonna be blasted if this works. I mean, why would they make the Siri animation still light up along with the words that she would be saying if she wasn't talking? Also, she didn't say anything. She was like straight up, like she should have been saying something. I don't get it. Yeah, no, I heard it. There was no Siri voice, but it went beep, 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 and it reset, and it just now finished resetting. And I guess we'll check this, but yeah. I think you're right. They must have just... No, that still doesn't make any sense. You would have heard Siri say, I'm about to reset. You would have heard Siri complain about the Wi-Fi. Without the... or if Siri was off, the lights wouldn't come on. I don't get it. Whatever. I'm glad I double-checked that. Let's try the other one with no sound, see if it's the same story there. I can't remember, did this one show the setup prompt and it didn't have sound, or did we just, was it already set up and it had the Siri animation and we assumed the same thing that we did with that other one? That's why I've started testing our repairs with the amp and the power supply in the HomePod shells now. Because exactly like you said, we could have an amp issue with no bass, but we won't know if it's no sound or no bass without a tweeter also on there. Okay, so no Siri voice. Let's see what happens when we reset it. There you go. And it's going to reset itself and work just fine. Wild. So, okay. That means, so a few months ago we did a HomePod repair and everything worked when we had it apart. We put it back together and Siri stopped talking to us. And I got really confused. And so I put a different logic board in and Siri worked. So I was like, shit, I must have fried this guy's logic board putting this thing back together. So I ate the cost and I swapped the logic board for him before I sent it back. This was it. This was that logic board. So I couldn't be happier. That's working. Martin, I feel like I I feel like I owe you a logic board for making me try that, because I never would have tried, and this would be most likely picked apart for spare parts if I didn't know that, or if I didn't check that and think this was working. And hey, I have got 2 more working logic boards when I thought I didn't. All right, that brings us to the last board. There it goes. Work for me. Ugh. Oh, well, shit. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've got potentially 12 working logic boards plus this 13th one in demo mode. We'll have to do another one of these kind of like just not repair but just messing around streams to this will take a while, but we have to, it takes so long to set up a HomePod. Oh my god. Yeah, blinking volume buttons. All right. Well, that's it for here and now. If you guys have any questions about HomePod repairs or demo mode, I'll go ahead and show you, Martin. You showed up a little late here, so we're thinking this one is just like maybe a profile that someone installed or some special mode that Apple was able to put it into, but all this thing does is brag about what HomePods can do and nothing else. And no, I'm not factory resetting it because I don't want to lose whatever this is until we know how we can get it back if we can.
Hi, I'm Siri. Let's take this HomePod for a spin. HomePod tunes itself to the room, so your music sounds great no matter where you put it. You can play almost any song and artist with Apple Music, and I can DJ for you. Pick a decade, mood, or just say something like, "Hey Siri, play chill music for a day."
No, don't do anything, Siri. Oh, and when you tap it, it pauses it, but when you tap it again, she resumes her demo.
As your personal musicologist,
And if you tap it to pause it in the middle of her sentence, she's going to repeat the sentence again.
As your personal musicologist, I can tell you when a song came out or who's in the band. I can also help with things like weather, news, and messages. I can even work with your smart home to turn on the lights or warm up the room. Thanks for checking out HomePod. I can't wait for us to make beautiful music together.
And that's all it does. It repeats that over and over. You can't ask it for anything. You can't connect to it. It doesn't show up. Nothing. That's what you get. So I'm going to keep it like that. I'll probably put a HomePod together with that board just to have like it in demo mode. And then be like, I've got a HomePod in demo mode. Yes. So, folks, yeah, that's all that we've got here and now. If you have any questions about HomePods or trying your own repairs, common issues, parts that you may need to do your own repairs, or how you can reach out to me to send your HomePod in to be fixed up here on the channel, check out the website, nicksfix.com, where I've got most of that info you're looking for. And if not, feel free to shoot me a message or leave a comment down below. In any case, I hope you all enjoyed this live stream, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye!